Good Tuesday morning, everyone, and thanks for checking out this forecast update. We have cold temperatures this morning, even some of us waking up to a light dusting of snow from those snow showers yesterday evening. Getting a pretty good view of the supermoon out there this morning, too, the brightest supermoon for 2019. So hopefully you had a chance to look at that. If you're going to be heading out the next few hours, you should get a decent view of that here. So we do have winter weather working into the area for tonight. We have winter weather advisories out for much of the state going into effect mid-evening, going through mid-morning on Wednesday, as we're going to see around us some snow, a little bit of sleet, some very brief freezing rain possible as we go into later on tonight. So looking at the satellite this morning, you can already start to see the beginnings of what's to come, that stream of moisture working in from the south and west. Right now, it's just some upper level moisture in the form of some high clouds, but those clouds will continue to increase through the day, and eventually we're going to see a storm system working in across the area tonight, bringing in widespread precipitation as well. So let's talk about the timing of this wintry mess coming in. Again, the daytime today, we are just fine out there. As we go into this evening, I think as we get towards 8, 9 o'clock, it was when we could start to see the beginnings of this here in southwest Indiana. I really think by about 9 p.m. is when this will even just start. So we're going to have a lot of dry time here before this happens. I think by 9 p.m. we start to work in a little bit of light snow and some sleet out around Evansville there. It may be up towards Vincennes. And as we get towards 10 and 11, I think between 10 and 11, we'll start to see the leading edge of this work up towards Bloomington, up towards Terre Haute and Columbus. This is the forecast at 11 p.m. this evening. I think Indianapolis will be dry until about midnight when we could start to work in this initial leading edge of precipitation. Initially, it may not be that heavy. Probably going to be some light snow. I still think there could be a little bit of sleet pellets mixed in with this as well. I really think for a lot of central Indiana, the worst of this is going to come from, let's say, 2 to 5 a.m. is when the peak of this winter event will occur across the area. I think here in Indy, we'll see the snow rates starting to pick up here after 1 a.m. I really think 2 to 3 here in Indy, probably going to be some of the heavier snowfall, where the snow will be coming down at a moderate pace during that time frame along I-70. So we'll see a burst of snow. Probably even within that burst of snow, there'll be some sleet mixed in. And then as we get towards about 3 to 4, going over to more of a sleet scenario here in Indy and along I-70. Sleet in the orange, and then we have the purple, which is that freezing rain. So there could be some freezing rain out there. Now, the impact would be, especially on elevated objects, the surfaces are obviously going to be well treated out there, but will see a layer of slush on some of the parking lots and perhaps some of the roadways with that brief period of moderate snow that could overcome some of that treated surface, some of those treated surfaces out there. Now, as we get beyond 5 a.m., we will definitely start to see some changes here in central Indiana from south to north. I think in Indy, we start to go over to rain. After about 5 in the morning is when things change. And then as we progress this northward here, 6 to 7 a.m., by 7 a.m., even areas like Muncie, Tipton should be going over to just rain. Kokomo, up towards Hartford City, up towards Fort Wayne, still in that zone of that sleet, a little bit of snow, and rain at that time frame. So for tomorrow morning's commute, we may still have some evidence of the slush of snow on some of the parking lots and obviously on the grass across central Indiana, but the road conditions should be markedly improved. And that is the good news. I think the timing will get that out of here just in time for the peak morning commute. Now across Fort Wayne, South Bend, it's a little bit of a different story. Probably not as heavy up there, but the snow and sleet will be around tomorrow morning up there for 6 to about 9 a.m. Areas like South Bend and Fort Wayne, so do keep that in mind. But as we get towards about 10 a.m., most of the state will be above freezing. After about 11 a.m., we all go above freezing. Just dealing with some showers tomorrow, and we end tomorrow with more of a spring-like feel. So we have quite the whiplash of weather here in just the next 24 hours expected across the area. Rain showers will continue into tomorrow before diminishing tomorrow night. So snowfall, here's what you can expect. I think especially if you're along the I-70 corridor and north, expect about a slushy 1 to locally 2 inches of snow. Now, I think if you're in eastern Indiana, I think if you're in Richmond, over towards Brookville, up towards the Portland area there, even up towards Fort Wayne, there could be some pockets of localized 2 inches of snow or locally just a bit more. That's not going to be out of the question along the eastern part of the state near the Ohio border. But you can see most of us within that 1 to 2 inch range. Now, I think if you're south of I-70, probably looking at 1 inch or less for areas like Martinsville, Franklin, and Point South, because the snow will be a little bit shorter in duration across those areas, as the warmer air will be first to reach those areas as well. Now, we mentioned there will be some slightly heavier potential in the eastern part of the state. Some of the high-resolution data is picking up on that here. This is the HRRR model, which is showing, again, like I mentioned, those very isolated pockets out around Richmond where over 2 inches of snow would not be out of the question. But again, most of us in that range from 1 to 2, and some of us probably just under an inch. But I think the European that I'm showing you here is probably going to be the more correct solution for the system overnight into tomorrow morning. So that's kind of what we're favoring here. Now let's talk about temperatures. That will be key for impacts as we go into tonight. Temperatures this evening will start to drop. I think as we go towards about 11 p.m. through about 4 a.m., not much change in the temperature. We're probably going to be in most of central Indiana right around 30 degrees. And then as we go into tomorrow morning, it looks like after 5 a.m., we start to go above freezing for Indy. By 7 a.m., you got temperatures in the mid-30s now across most of central Indiana along I-70, still around 30 up towards Muncie. So there could still be some concern up there tomorrow morning. That's the area to watch. Fort Wayne to Kokomo and points north for the morning commute. Probably some of the biggest headaches up there. And as we go through today, look how quickly we warm things up. A nice south flow here coming in. Temperatures in most of the state will get into the 40s. Even some areas to the south could get into the lower 50s. So, boy, what a change from the snow and sleet tonight to by the end of the day tomorrow. We're talking about a very mild day. So, if you sleep through tonight and you don't wake up until, let's say, 9 tomorrow morning, you may not know it had ever snowed because the snow will quickly get washed away with the rain that will follow this for today tomorrow. And precipitation totals will be rather heavy here, especially the southeast half of the state, getting in on near an inch of rain. Now, areas north and west of Indy, probably more of a quarter to just under a half inch of moisture. That's just out through tomorrow evening. Now, the good news is once we get past this, we will see some much improved weather here is going into Thursday and even Friday. I do want to show you guys the wind forecast as well. The winds will become a bit breezy, not overly crazy, but it will be a bit breezy tonight as we go into tomorrow morning. I think this model could be a bit overdone. But I think in general, we will see some gusts around 25 miles per hour coming in tomorrow morning. And the winds will stay up a bit breezy out of the south as we go through the day on Wednesday. Now, let's check out the forecast late week and quickly show you the forecast going into the weekend, which does still feature that next storm system working in. Now, the good news is Wednesday night, we will start to clear this rain out of here and dry things out. Now, temperatures falling below freezing. We could still see some refreezing, especially in some of the parking lots. I don't think it's going to be a huge problem with some wind still lingering around. But just something to keep in mind as temperatures do fall below freezing with some remnant moisture Wednesday night. And as we go into Thursday, Thursday looks like a really nice day. We're going to see temperatures near 40, if not a little bit warmer. We should see a little bit of sunshine as well. And then going into late Friday and the Saturday, rain starts to work back in. Saturday still features a chance for some locally strong to severe storms, some heavy rainfall as well. Temperatures soar here, and then much colder on Sunday. And the system will also look to bring some very windy conditions. Some data showing gusts of 50 miles per hour on Sunday behind the storm. So very windy weekend could be on tap for us. That's all I have for your update this morning. We'll have another update here this afternoon to keep you guys with the latest trends here. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.